that you create these fantasy movies? Why do people come to see them? And he said, because there's a belief that things are better and more incredible than they actually are. And isn't that the case with our construction projects? And the big problem is that before the first shovel goes into the ground, before the first contract is ever executed, all anybody's thinking about is how much money they're going to make on the project. Now, with respect to that money, no one's focusing on some of the things we're going to talk about today. Risk management, team selection, peer review, dispute resolution. And we also have to get back to the fact that we're talking about human nature based upon experience. What does human nature tell us? That mistakes happen. People can try as hard as they want, but they still screw up. I feel so sorry for this woman. But the fact of the matter is that mistakes do happen. And when they do happen, and there are construction defects or delays on the project, then we have to figure out how we're going to solve them and keep that in mind. Now, the coffee industry got it right, because if we're going to hurry up and solve these delay issues that Terry and Ian and Andy talked about, drink coffee, do stupid things faster with more energy. We see that. We've seen that happen. I'm sure that every one of you has some lame-brained story about some horrific construction defect stretching out from trusses installed upside down, waterproof membrane eliminated. And then you say to yourself, well, I don't really have to worry about those problems because I've got my claims. And my claims are based upon that bulletproof contract that Terry Brookie drafted for me 3 years ago. But as we know, even though we paid him $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, we know that there are problems with that agreement. Because even the best contract can be misinterpreted. It happens. 3 years ago, we looked at Terry's contract. We thought it was clear, crystal clear, about what it says, about how savings would be computed at the end of the job. Then we pull it out of the drawer, if we can find it, and if we can find an executed version, and if it is executed, then we got to look for the exhibits, which we can't locate. But we're looking at that contract, and it's not so clear about what our rights are and what our obligations are on the project. And
Steve,
also,
before you go there, there's an issue that someone like you of your age might not run into, but those of us who are enjoying our youth still, be careful with the contracts too, because I think as lawyers we want to jump in and help our clients, especially unsophisticated ones, show how much we know about the form contracts, our best changes to those, and we try to lead the discussion. And so I think it's important for all of us to remember, maybe even old guys like you, we've got to sit back, let the professionals figure out what's going to make the project go right, and let us follow with the contract.
how dare you hurt my feelings? There's a hurricane blasting down on my house in Florida, and you're talking about my age. The reality is, though, like everybody here, we have to expect the unexpected. We can't really cover everything in the contract, but we do have to be mindful of a couple things. Number one, you know that delightful owner client that you represent, so nice during the negotiations, you know, very, very giving up of certain rights and obligations. And then he wakes up one morning and he's a bizarre nut. And he's not going to pay you the money that is clearly called for under the contract, or he's going to deny you time extensions, or the city comes in and imposes new restrictions that no one could anticipate. So you have to expect the unexpected. And if you remember anything at all from this presentation, anything, hopefully you remember Pinky the cat.
Yeah, hold on. This is Pinky. He's a male cat, domestic short hair. He's available for adoption. He's pet of the week, Western County Animal Shelter. He's a very loving cat. Yeah, because I'm not going to get it.